Hey everybody, Karyn Bryant for MMA Heat talking with Jairzinho Rozenstruik, who is facing Ciryl Gane in the main event at UFC Vegas 20. And listen, Jairzinho, it is awesome to see you. I was kind of joking at first that like you weren't stuck in the same crappy hotels that all of us are, because it looks like you have a swanky background, but I guess you really are just in Vegas at the Courtyard Marriott, right?
Yes, I am. I just have a different background. That's why.
Very nice. Well, listen, obviously it's a really big deal, fight for you, a main event, another main event for you. What do you think is the biggest challenge ahead of you when you look at somebody like Ciryl?
Right now, I think it's a different heavyweight. He's gonna try to move a lot, and I'm gonna have to chase him or put him still straight and do what I have to do. But I mean, I think he's gonna try to move a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the type of fighter he is. So,
Right. I mean, is he, I'm curious what your preparation is like. Are you the kind of guy that watches a lot of footage on him? Is he somebody you were really familiar with, for a long time now?
nah, I don't watch too much fighters, but yeah, I have to watch sometimes.
Yeah.
So, for my preparation, I just do what I always do: believe in myself, work hard, and then hard work will pay off. So that's how I think.
Nice. So yeah, when you look at I mean, you think he's going to move a lot. Obviously, I would move too if I was going to be in the way of one of your punches. I think we've all learned now at this point that even when you look like you're almost out of a fight, you aren't. I was working that Alistair Overeem fight, and it was incredible. So yeah, do you think that's what it is now? Is that he's just going to be afraid of your power, and therefore is going to have to try to stick and move with you?
No, I don't think he's afraid. If he was afraid, he doesn't take the fight.
Yeah.
But I think he has something to prove. He has something he thinks he can stop me. So I have to prove him wrong. Um, I think it's a nice fight. He was doing his things, and I think I'm impressed by his work. And now he's gonna face me, so it's a different type of world.
Yeah. Well, obviously he's familiar with Francis Ngannou and that kind of power. So right now, when we look at what happened with Curtis, the only person that Curtis has lost to was Francis and Derrick. So certainly, I would think that Cyril can probably handle the power, right? So
Yeah, probably.
yeah, I mean, probably, but you never know, right? I mean, really, is that in the back of your mind? Like, well, what might work on other opponents may not work on Cyril because of his experience with Francis.
For me, all my fights or all opponents are different, so that make it all the fights are different fights.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know what he can handle. The only thing I know is I'm ready. I have a good preparation. I'm in good shape. We're gonna see what kind of opportunity appears in the fight, and I'm gonna make him make the mistake. So I'm gonna be there chasing him with everything. So I don't know what he can handle or what he can handle. He's the type of fighter you cannot say I'm gonna do this with him or I'm gonna do that with him because he moves, he does his things, he kick, he punch, and then he dance a little bit. So I mean, it's a fighter that you cannot say this and that. I mean, I'm just gonna go in there and I'm gonna see what kind of opportunity appeals. And when it's done, or when I got him where I want him, I always be able to finish it. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen to 27.
Nice. Well, I'm excited to see it. I am curious though for you how it's been this whole experience. Obviously, it's crazy that we're now coming around a year with COVID and you have fought during the pandemic and you've had fights that were supposed to happen and didn't and get pushed and rescheduled. What has the whole past year been like for you as a professional athlete trying to keep getting better and trying to keep getting fights when so much of what you do and how you do it, was made so difficult?
I mean, COVID ruined a lot of things for us, and especially our preparations, because you cannot train with fighters that you don't know where they went to, or you have to do a COVID test every Monday. If not, you cannot join the class if you tested positive. So it makes it kind of hard, but still, we are professionals, so we try to find a way and get so many solutions. And the gym where I'm at, American Top Team, find a good solution for us that we can train, and yeah, they help us through the whole situation.
Nice.
That helps a lot.
Good, good. Well, I saw, and I always bring his name up with you because we have a mutual friend in Tyrone Spong, and I saw that
Uh,
you guys were training together the other day.
yeah, true. I always train with Tyron before my fight because yeah, he's like a mentor. He's a good friend, and he has those skills. So sometimes I might go look in his pocket. Hey, give me this, give me that. So I might need it in this fight.
Yeah, he's terrific. Does he still have all those lizards and everything though? Because that's the thing I can't handle. Like he'll post these pictures. I'm like, Tyrone, what are you doing? That is a full-on Komodo dragon or something that he's got.
He has a whole zoo in his yard. I mean, he has every kind of animal, and he's an animal lover, and yeah, it's
Yeah, he
crazy,
is.
but it's really nice and awesome.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. Obviously right now too, the heavyweights are kind of on display. I was working last weekend. We had three heavyweight fights, or four, I guess four heavyweight fights, because Spivak was on there. Aspinall won his fight. Dawkins won his fight, and then of course in the main event we know what Derrick did to Curtis. So a lot of us were talking about the heavyweight division kind of going through a renaissance right now, and there seems to be a lot of eyes
Finally,
on you. What do you think about your division? Because for a while people kind of thought it was the weakest, and right now it's looking really great.
nah, I mean, finally it's moving on, and I'm thinking the future is being wide now because everybody's fighting. The championship fight's gonna happen, and for me, after this one, I want to fight one more or even two more just to get myself busy, and so when the champion fight come, I'll be ready to get it. So yeah, I'm happy that everybody just fought, and we're gonna fight, and the championship fight's gonna come too. So that's nice.
The timing is great, but that's amazing. So you're saying even if you're victorious, you're already number three. You don't think you would get on the mic and ask for the winner of Stipe versus Francis?
I mean, there's a lot of guys in the row. John Jones is coming up. He's waiting for the title shot. I respect that. I respect him as a fighter, as a person. If he get the title shot, okay, go ahead. I'm gonna be just around win two, three fights and get my title shot after.
Okay, well, because right now, I mean, it is interesting. Volkov, you guys have a common opponent in Alistair. I'm trying to think what's going on at the top and everything, but John Jones, that's the one we keep saying. He comes in out of the blue. You're like, John is just kind of
Yeah,
warding,
yeah.
or sitting there when we call the rankings up, and we imagine John just kind of sitting back there chuckling. But yeah, I mean, what is your interest level in him as a heavyweight? How do you think he'll do? Because I think a lot of people are curious whether or not he's going to be able to handle the power that you guys can deliver at that weight class.
I think a light heavyweight. Some of the light heavyweights are used to be heavyweight, so they drop weight to be light heavyweight. So I think he can handle it. He have that power. He have that weight. He have that muscle. But the only thing we're gonna see is how he's gonna react on the fights. So we kind of wait. We hear a lot of things about him, and of course, it's a fighter that you have to keep in mind. What if I face him? I want to be ready. I want to be this. I want to be that. So you don't want to miss anything. You want to be when you're at that point. You want to be perfect. You want to feel great. So that when you go in there, you can win from the best. He's one of the best. So I mean, for me, it feels good, and it's motivating. It motivates me that he's coming to the division. Yeah.
It is exciting, and in that respect, then that makes sense to have a couple of fights because in your head, are you kind of thinking you might be fighting John Jones for the heavyweight championship one day?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And you want to win that fight. You don't want to go in there and lose that fight because you're competing against the best. And when you win from the best, that's the way you make yourself the best. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all those fights.
That would be incredible. I mean, he's so incredible. It really is. I will say this even too I know for a lot of the fighters, he's frustrating because obviously maybe he's their opponent or he beat their teammate. But, for me, and remember when John first came on the scene, it was like he just was so good. It was just amazing to watch him. So I am very curious to see what happens when he goes up to heavyweight. What was your takeaway the other night, though, from watching the Black Beast? A lot of people thought he used to maybe not take things so seriously, right? Derrick was just kind of always funny and didn't always look like he took the fighting part seriously, and now he really seems to do that. So, do you think? I mean, did you expect him to do that to Curtis? And then what do you make of kind of the Black Beast now?
I know one thing that if Lewis got him with that one shot, what he got him with, I know he will go to sleep. So I was kind of expecting that, but I was expecting that Curtis was doing more. I think he was a little bit relaxing, afraid for that hand, and then I what I think is he was like, you know what? I'm not gonna wait so long. I'm just gonna go for that shot, and boom, he walked right into it. Can happen sometimes, but I mean, We
Oh,
are so just fell
fell
out.
out.
I told you.
That's yeah, no,
Yeah,
it obviously it does happen, and it was perfect. The thing that we were all kind of freaking out is it didn't even look like it was a perfectly landed punch. It was kind of like Derek's forearm and all. You know what I mean? It
yeah.
didn't even.
I
It just
mean, you can see that man has some serious power.
yeah,
Yeah.
very serious power. Well, so do you though, Jairzinho. So I'm
Nah,
excited.
thank you.
Do you know? Before I let you go, though, do you think there is something like that you've found yourself improving on since you've joined the UFC? I mean, you've had a handful of fights here now. Everybody knows your name. At first, we couldn't pronounce it, and now we can. But do you see your own evolution
Yeah.
just in these fights at how much better you may have gotten at some things?
Yeah, for sure. I'm start learning the game. I understand the game better. Especially the fight with Overeem, being there for almost 25 minutes teaches me a lot. And of course, I work on those things, especially my ground game, and I'm improving every day, every time I go in the gym. And I'm happy that I'm in this spot to learn more about this game. And of course, the fans, they are crazy, they are incredible, they are nice, seeing so many nice things, and they give you also more power, more push. And also my people at home from Suriname, man, it's crazy how they give me the love and give me all the right wishes and the good words to keep going on. So it feels good that I'm in this spot, and I will keep working. And Saturday, you guys will see some nice work what I've been working on.
I love it. I love it. Well, Biggie Boy, you are really just cruising along in the UFC, and it's been really fun watching you. And I'd like just glad to see you in another main event. I think you and Ciryl are really going to deliver. Like, do you think it'll go a
That's
few
it.
rounds, or do you think it'll be fast?
It can be fast. I mean, I'm in shape. It can go wherever it wants,
Yeah,
but I'm ready, and I'm happy that I can fight again because it's a long time.
yeah.
So right now, I feel good, and I hope I get the best version of him so that I can make a really great fight. So we're gonna see it on Saturday.
Nice. Actually, yeah, I meant to ask you, what do you do? We all have so much downtime at home and everything now with COVID. So what if you're not fighting, which is obviously your main thing, what are your other hobbies? Like what do you do in the downtime to keep busy?
I sometimes I go swimming,
Yeah.
playing a lot of video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things. I'm mostly in my house, in my room, just
Yeah.
chilling. And if I feel like I'm a little bit lazy, I go for a run, just chill run, not like
Right.
working out, but just run, clear my head and get some
Yeah.
fresh air. Those are the things I like to do.
Nice. What video games do you play?
I play Call of Duty, Mortal Kombat, FIFA. Let me see. I play Madden too,
Nice.
and yeah, I play the new Tekken. That's a new Tekken. I think it's 12 or 8. I
Oh,
don't
really?
know.
Yeah, I
I just
haven't
download.
seen it. I'm terrible at video
I just
games. I
downloaded
ask
it.
because I think they're fun, but I'm garbage at them. I'm like full on button masher, and I'm just terrible. But I love Mortal Kombat. I'm
Yeah,
okay at Mortal Kombat.
that's my one of my most favorite game, Mortal Kombat.
Who's your
Yeah,
favorite character?
Scorpion.
Scorpion. Yes, very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah,
I start with Baraka because he's massive and like I can
yeah.
just kind of crush some people with that. But then the longer I go, then yeah, I get into the score. I get the longer I play, the better I feel. The more I get to smaller players and like the ones who are good. I'm just terrible though. I'm
Yeah, that
terrible.
lady is good too. Kitana is also strong. I always play with her too.
Yes. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Hopefully, everything runs smoothly for you while you're out there in Vegas. I know you already got your Whole Foods trip in. I saw your social media. The
Oh
same thing
yeah.
we all do. That's I should tell people if they ever want to see fighters during fight week, just go to that Whole Foods, and every single fighter comes in and out of there.
Go there. Yeah. I mean, you want to eat clean during fight week, especially the whole camp, and there's the best place to go
Yeah.
in fight week, and it's the one I know. So I go there.
Exactly. Exactly. Awesome. Well, obviously, you're going to have the whole country behind you and a lot more than that because Biggie Boy, you've made a lot of fans in the UFC. So thanks so much for taking the time today and wishing you best of luck against Ciryl.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I see you next time. Bye
Yeah.
bye.